When you throw a right hand punch at your target, you have to watch out for the counter. So when you bring your right hand, when you throw a right hand punch from the position, any fighter understanding basics of boxing, it's the basics of boxing. You start with your hand covering the chin. Because if you're in your opponent's range, he can strike you with a left hook on the chin. If your hands is up, it takes the impact of the punch. This is your left jab. This is the punch which sets you up. This punch starts out around here, and you throw straight to the subject, to your opponent, and back to your chin. And when you throw the shot, you should be aware that your man hits back. And this is basics of boxing. To hit and not get hit. You also jab and you move. Jab and move. For a right hand, and move. Now, Floyd Mayweather is a master boxer. He's a master fighter, and I believe can beat anyone now on the boxing scene. I don't care who you put in front of him, he will find a way and beat them. Mayweather is a fair fighter. He's also so smart, and smarter than I ever thought he was. I've sat back and I've watched all the videos and they've all in my head, and I've put together what Floyd Mayweather means to boxing. He's so clever, and he really stands by what he means. I'll give you an example. Floyd Mayweather was pushing for a drug test on Manny Pacquiao. There was sort of delay in the fight, and there's always chicken stuff, saying Mayweather's a chicken. Now come on, how can you think Mayweather's a chicken when he's fought Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, he's fought Zab Judah, a southpaw, who's very dangerous, Shane Mosley, he's fought so many fighters and he's unbeaten. So that must say something. And Floyd Money Mayweather also said that this Manny Pacquiao fight does not define his legacy, and he's very right in saying so. Now this is the thing, the main question I have about this fight, about the fans being disappointed. It's on my brain and it really bothered me, because I watched videos of Floyd Mayweather earlier on and heard the news saying that Pacquiao's taking him to court and suing him for Mayweather accusing him of taking blood doping substances. Right? There's a part where Mayweather goes, "Come on, man! Come on, man!" His head was this size and all of a sudden his head's got this big, man. Come on! And also, Floyd Money Mayweather explains how it's taken years for him to get to where he has to go. Years to get his title and to increase the weights and go from weight to weight class and become champion. Whereas Manny Pacquiao has come in and all of a sudden he's shot up. So there's one thing I find suspicious, and you must ask yourself as a boxing fan, don't you find this suspicious? Now let's not just accuse Manny Pacquiao of drug taking. Let's look at this cleverly or sensibly. Before the Manuel Marquez fight, Manny Pacquiao was knocking out people left, right and centre. Okay? He had a loss to Manny Marquez and it was KO'd clean. The two Bradley fights where he just didn't look himself. You forget, Floyd Money Mayweather brought up this drug testing thing quite a few years ago. So maybe Manny Pacquiao may have stopped taking the blood doping in fear of being caught and the whole Pac-Man team exposed. Because how is it now that there's a fight, the greatest fight of the century between the two fighters come to be, and Manny Pacquiao is not throwing punches as we used to see him throw? Mayweather is super fast, so we have all been robbed of seeing the real Mayweather, because against a super fast Manny, I think we would have seen the real Mayweather. So we have been robbed of seeing the real Mayweather. But Mayweather is a fighter, remember this clearly, Mayweather is a fighter who does just what he needs to do to win a fight. So the Manny Pacquiao Pac-Man fight, Mayweather must have been saying to himself, what? Where's the rest of this guy? Where's the rest of him? So Mayweather does what he needs to do a fight. He's no Sugar Ray Leonard, he's no Roberto Duran, he's no Roy Jones. Mayweather is Floyd Mayweather, a technical expert of boxing that picks you to pieces, takes you in chess matches, draws you in, messes your mind up, and takes the fight and comes out as a winner, right? So you look at this thing so carefully. That fight now hyped up by so many of the fans who are dumb, who can't see what's going on in boxing. And I give my thanks to a guy called Geraint Riders on the Geraint Riders channel, and he exposed a lot of athletes on top level for blood doping. And he says that it's in competition, you never get to the top if you don't blood dope. The only way you can do it is if you do it over a long period, like how Mayweather's done it, or Muhammad Ali, or the old fighters. But the modern people now want to just shoot up and become world champions so quickly, and there's so much cheating, and they know in the boxing industry, there's so much cheating, and people are not on an even playing field. And this is what Mayweather said. He wants to be on an even playing field. And look at the hate mail we got, the hate mail. And all of a sudden you have the biggest fight of the century, and it becomes an anticlimax. But for me, boxing mastery by Floyd Mayweather. But aren't you suspicious that Pac-Man did not perform? All of a sudden, he's not performing. He's complaining of a shoulder injury. Now, when you're not on steroids, you injure a lot easier. When you're on steroids, you don't get injured. It's the steroids. Have you ever been weight training before, done a weightlifting training, and you get a sprained muscle or something, and they give you a steroid injection to heal it? Steroids do wonders for your muscles, man, believe me. So I'm just saying, Floyd Mayweather is so smart. He's so smart, I'll put him on that level. I'm just below Muhammad Ali in cleverness. He's so smart. And another thing I find about him, you imagine all the race hate he's taking, all the racial hatred. And he can easily be within his right to say, you effing white this or you effing white that. But Floyd Mayweather's like me, he doesn't need to say that. He's not that kind of person. He's not racist. He's not racist like a lot of racists out there who hate him. Why can't you people stop hating and admire an American champion who has made the nation proud by becoming a world champion, fair, square and clean? Just back up your champion, just like the Filipinos back up Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao, I'm quite disappointed in him, in the way he carried on, and Freddie Roach slandering Mayweather and bringing God into it and making Floyd Mayweather to be the bad one. Now, Floyd Mayweather's personal life, we don't know nothing about. What happened with the children's mother and his assault charges, we know nothing. So we just have got to stay out of people's life. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. And the media, and you know the media lies. The media blows everything out of proportion and they lie. So to help with the media, and don't follow this media, and go by what's real. Mayweather the champion, and congratulations. And this fight, man, I've just begun to understand the significance of this win Mayweather done. It's huge. It's huge. It's like a Ali Foreman sort of thing. Big, because Ali was the underdog in that fight, and then Mayweather's an underdog in this fight. But there's worse in this fight. There's a lot of racism involved, a lot of racism and hate. It's quite shocking. From Mayweather said that he compared the racism now worse than Ali. But then I was saying, no, Ali's was worse, because it was worse in those days. But then again, I'm not Floyd Mayweather, who's receiving all the hate. I'm not Mayweather, so I'm in no position to say, oh, Ali's days were worse. And he knows it from his angle in America. I'm here in the UK. But I'll tell you what, the racism is so bad. You know, American days for me, nothing compared with the racism there in the 60s. But I can understand what Floyd Mayweather was saying, how bad the racism is. People stop hating. People stop, hating each other's nations, and let's learn to live as one people, man. It's just sport boxing is meant to bring people together and not alienate people. What's wrong with us, man, human beings? Why human beings are so fallible and like wars and fighting, stabbing, killing? It's a boxing sport and not a war. And what makes it worse is these people like like what's his name? Who interviews Floyd Mayweather? What's his name? I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Larry Merchant. Always negative towards Floyd Mayweather. After every fight, a negative presenter. Never positive towards Floyd Mayweather. Negative. And he's such a good person. I've got respect for Larry Merchant until he starts to diss Floyd Mayweather. What's wrong with you people? And I think there's a lot of racism involved here, and you always get race. You will never not get racism. But racism is a disease in our society that's got to be eradicated. It's got to be eradicated. A person so easy turns out and calls a person a nigger or whatever, a black person calls that person a white person. It's got to cut out on both sides. No racism. Boxing. Remember, the left jab is thrown with speed at your opponent. You step in and you step out. You step in, move the head. When that hand comes there, you are open to the punch here. You're open, or you're open to straight right to the chin in the face. So you front left jab and it comes back to position. Boom. Bam. Back here like that. Bam. You keep moving, keep moving, keep your feet, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. But an experienced fighter, remember, the experienced fighter can have his hands down here and be in your face. He can feel your punches, you know they're coming. And this is Mayweather. And this is how I got brought to fight by watching Muhammad Ali and watching Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard. You fight here. You fight here. But you cover the chin. Just the shoulder, this covers your chin. Here. And you work with speed. Bam. And you spar. To practice. You can do all the shadow boxing you want. You got to spar. Pad work. Spar. Run. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this vlog. Remember, support Floyd Money Mayweather.